In 1956, Sudan celebrated independence from Anglo-Egyptian rule. Hopes were high, rich resources, the Nile, and proud traditions. Yet beneath the joy lay divisions. The Arabized north against the marginalized south, Khartoum's dominance over distant provinces, and a patchwork of tribes and identities. Barely had independence begun when Sudan plunged into its first civil war, 1955 to 1972. A second erupted in 1983, lasting until 2005, leaving millions dead or displaced. Independence birthed not unity, but fracture. Since 1956, Sudan has endured at least 20 coup attempts. Civilian governments repeatedly fell to generals who promised order, but ruled with repression. The most enduring was Omar al-Bashir, who seized power in 1989. For 30 years he mixed authoritarian rule with manipulation of ethnic divides. Sudan became infamous for the Darfur genocide, where Arab militias known as the Janjaweed burned villages, massacred civilians, and drove millions into exile. Among their commanders was a camel trader from Darfur, Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, Hemedti. Darfur had long been neglected. In the 2000s, rebellion broke out, and Bashir unleashed the Janjaweed. Hemedti proved ruthless and ambitious, building loyalty with wealth from raids and smuggling. By 2013, his fighters were rebranded as the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, formally integrated into Sudan's security system. Meanwhile, Bashir faced new crises. The 2005 Comprehensive Peace Agreement ended the North-South War, but in 2011 South Sudan seceded, taking 3/4 of Sudan's oil wealth. Debt, corruption, and new rebellions followed. By 2018, the economy collapsed. Bread prices soared, and mass protests filled Khartoum. In April 2019, the army removed Bashir. Crowds rejoiced, but the question loomed: civilian democracy or another general? Power fell into the hands of General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, a career officer shaped by military academies, and Hemedti, warlord of the RSF. Their alliance carried the seeds of war. Burhan, the soldier's soldier, rose through the army with foreign training in Egypt and Jordan. He coordinated campaigns in Darfur and distrusted militias like the RSF, though he recognized their usefulness. Hemedti, the outsider with little education, built an empire of fighters and wealth. Bashir relied on him to crush rebellions, but after 2019 he sought to prove he could rule Sudan itself. Together, Burhan and Hemedti betrayed Sudan's revolution. On June 3, 2019, RSF and army forces stormed a peaceful sit-in in Khartoum. Over 100 were killed, bodies dumped in the Nile. Their rule was sealed in blood. A fragile transitional government followed, but in October 2021 Burhan and Hemedti staged another coup, toppling civilians. Suspicion deepened over one issue: whether the RSF would integrate into the national army. For Hemedti, this meant surrendering power. For Burhan, delaying integration meant letting a rival warlord grow unchecked. Between 2021 and 2023, Sudan became a chessboard. Burhan tightened ties with Egypt. Hemedti courted the UAE and Russia's Wagner Group, funding his forces through Sudan's gold mines. Both accused the other of plotting. Both were right. By April 2023, RSF units deployed near Khartoum. Burhan saw provocation. Hemedti saw survival. On April 15, 2023, war exploded. RSF fighters struck first, seizing the airport, TV station, and Burhan's residence. For civilians, terror spread faster than gunfire. Mothers hid with children. Doctors heard the thunder of war inside hospitals. The Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, fought back with tanks and airstrikes, reducing neighborhoods to rubble. Burhan framed himself as protector of Sudan, Hemedti as champion of the people. Both delivered only destruction. By summer, Khartoum was unrecognizable. Markets in ashes, hospitals shelled, bridges guarded by snipers. Families fled across the Nile or to Port Sudan, Egypt, Chad, and South Sudan. Millions had no escape. Bread cost 10 times its price. Water was drawn from the Nile. One survivor said, "We were not afraid of bullets anymore. Hunger was the real enemy." The war spread beyond Sudan. Egypt backed Burhan. The UAE was accused of arming Hemedti. Saudi Arabia and the US hosted failed peace talks. Each ceasefire collapsed. Social media brimmed with propaganda, fake videos, and AI-generated speeches. Meanwhile, in Darfur, RSF forces renewed massacres against ethnic minorities. Rebel groups elsewhere stirred again. The conflict threatened to tear Sudan apart entirely. By late 2023, Sudan faced famine, mass displacement, and one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. The once bustling capital of 5 million became a graveyard. This war was not a sudden explosion, but the climax of decades of betrayal, coups, and division. Burhan and Hemedti were sparks in a land already soaked with tinder. Sudan's tragedy is not just about who rules. It is about whether the nation itself can endure. Please just take a second to hit the like button and most importantly subscribe. It's helped to send me a message that people are interested in my videos and I'll be motivated to share more documentation. If you love my videos, please like and subscribe.